Hi, my name's David Campanile. I am the owner of Campanile Law, and I am here to talk to you today about what you are paying for when you hire an estate attorney. As always, if you want to talk estate planning with me, you can reach me at njestateattorney.com. Yes, we do probate, estate planning, and we always work well. So, I've people have reached out to me a lot about why should we hire you? Times are tough. What's the difference between you, LegalZoom, Rocket Lawyer? And I think this is really important, actually. So the forms on LegalZoom and Rocket Lawyer are generic forms. They're state done. They're state specific. And let's be honest, you as an individual are not working on estate planning day in and day out. You don't understand the law. You don't understand the intricacies. I'm not saying that you can't learn them, but what I'm saying is, isn't it a little better to have someone who does this for a living day in and day out, understands the law, can find the weaknesses in your plan, and you can bounce ideas off of to see if this is something that you really, this is how you really want to form things. And really what you're paying for when you hire an estate attorney is you are paying for our knowledge. We draft these things day in and day out, so every time we work with the client, we're learning how to perfect our craft even further. That's why it's called practicing. You're never perfect. And what we're doing is we are updated on the changes in the law constantly. We are tailoring plans each time. We tailor the form specific to what the person needs rather than just taking a generic form, filling in the blanks, and saying, all right, here's your plan, have a nice day. And remember, when purchasing these forms, we don't know what the repercussions are until you are no longer here. So you could pay for LegalZoom or Rocket Lawyer's forms, but at the end of the day, these forms may have been filled out improperly. Laws could have changed. You could have left somebody out. You could have left somebody a little too much, a little too little, stuff like that. So when you're hiring an estate planning attorney, really what it comes down to is you're paying for conversation. You're paying for the ability to contact your attorney and say, hey, I have this idea. Can it work? I want to set up... For example, I want to set up a fund because I love my dog so much. I want to make sure my dog's taken care of when I pass. Okay, cool. Let's talk about it. Let's get your goals down. Let's work through everything and make sure that is possible for what your plan is. These are things that we face day in and day out. And then we're always checking in. In a couple years, you could feel outdated. You could have had another child. You could have had an adoption. You could have gotten divorced. These are things that are always going to change. Whereas when you're doing things by yourself, you're not really thinking of these things. But when you have an attorney, we reach out. Hey, how you doing? Let's sit down. I want to talk to you about this for 30 minutes. Or, hey, I just had this idea. I remembered us talking about this a few months ago. I want to make sure it works for you, and if this is something you want to incorporate into your plan. And remember, when these estate planning forms and documents are created for when you're not here, so you're not going to be able to answer what your full intentions were. And it's kind of harder for an attorney who hasn't made those plans and those documents to kind of read through the forms at the end and go, okay, this was the person's intention. Or, this form is completely wrong, but this was the intention. So now how do I make sure that your intentions are followed for your beneficiaries? These are all things that when you have an estate planning attorney, we can constantly work towards and work together to achieve your final goal. I hope this helped you guys out. As always, I'm David Campanile, owner of Campanile Law out here in the great state of New Jersey. We do estate planning and probate. If you would like to chat with me about estate planning, phone, Zoom, carrier pigeon, however you want to talk to me, reach out on njestateattorney.com. Have a great day, guys.